Alright, Shalom, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. First and foremost, we want to give our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah HaKodesh. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. We taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to you hope for election. As pushing His word across the four corners of this globe with all truth and sincerity by Hashem, Harakah HaKodesh. Saying, we're gonna come out here, go through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem outside, continue to push His word, while we still can. When the time is gonna come, the time is coming. I'm saying, where Jacob's gonna, seek to and fro to find this precious word that they, neglecting, man. They're not taking heed. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, He sends forth His prophets, and there's no excuse, man. There's no excuse for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. There's too much shit, you know what I'm saying? There's way too much. There's so much going on throughout the whole entire world, for you to, act like you're ignorant. There's so much going on throughout the whole entire world, for you to not be aware of the signs of the times, and, for you to like sit down and like consider, that the Lord, is getting ready to come back, man. What are people doing? Not taking heed to the warning, man. Not showing forth repentance. Not seeking after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, not changing, their ways, man. Not seeking it, to please the Most High, man. But this is Second Ezra, chapter 9. Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before. Then, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before, then shalt thou understand that there is the very same time where the highest begin the physical word, which He made. You're seeing, all types of news, nowadays in the headlines, you're seeing, these nations making great threats against, Babylon and Greece. You got, North Korea, having his nuclear preparedness set up, calling shots at America, man. And simultaneously, we're seeing more and more news touching the CBDC. I'm still the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua. I'm saying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua has sent forth his prophets, starting with the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, on down to the elder bishops, to warn you the signs of the times and break down into prophecy, man. What times we're living in. Break down into prophecy, man. And been warning you, that very important prophecy that's getting ready to come to pass, man. That very important prophecy that has to come to pass before any of all this Armageddon World War III breaks off, man. Because right now Jake is, getting all excited, because the World War III news. But none of that has to start, before, the MOTB, man. The C-HIP, which majority of Jakes don't believe in, man. Which majority of our people, are not taking heed, and are, ignoring the truth, man, and downplaying the truth. So-called, Israelite leaders, man, that claim themselves to be leaders, man. They claim themselves to be, the watchmen for the people. How are you a watchman? How are you truly sounding that alarm? For giving off an uncertain sound. Jake's giving off that, uncertain sound, man. Now, what the fuck? We're in a time of war, but these niggas talking about peace and building. These niggas talking about building and establishing, building, communities in Babylon the Great, man, under the oppressors, man. Most importantly, they ain't telling you, the great plan what the enemy has for the whole entire world, mainly for you, Jake. Mainly for our people. Mainly for our people, pertain the MOTB, man. Plans to enslave your soul. And he's going to corner you into a position for you to consciously submit, man. To consciously submit unto his will by you, receiving this MOTB, man. And how is he gonna do so? By changing the way of currency, by changing your whole entire fucking life. The way on how you thought life was, and how, you was living it from like, growing up, up until this time, the paper money, the paper, Federal Reserve notes, go to work and party and bullshit, all this shit's getting ready to change, man. Everything is gonna be measured, everything is gonna be tracked and traced. Everything you do, from the money, all the way, all the way to the, very, very, breath you give off, man. The carbon dioxide that you give off from your body. This devil's getting ready to plan to put a price on all that, man. He's getting ready to put a price on carbon. From the air you breathe, from the fart that you push out, the fucking fart that you fart, man. He's going to track your every movement, man. Through what? Through this device, man, through this MOTB. This nigga Biden passed that bill last year in March, I believe. Executive Order 14037, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty much to where, all money is going to be made digital, man. And that was last year. Fast forward, who we are, 2023, and now you're seeing headlines, more and more headlines of, the CBC, it's like the CBDCs, talking about, digital currencies, because, It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence because here it is. The Silicon Valley just shut down. Which I'm not too knowledgeable in that whole economic, the economic field and shit like that. But what we do understand is everything is going to lead to MOTV. There's many brothers that have that understanding and the knowledge to break that down. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, everything is going to lead to what we understand. The MOTB, the C-hip. So this is Esau's great plan. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah is using this devil, to bring forth his deception. To bring forth his deception, to deceive the whole world, and they're taking this thing, man. But let me get this in Corinthians. Because Jake has no idea what's happening right now, man. Some people are planning all types of bullshit. It's so-called spring and shit, spring break. Niggas are down in Miami partying and bullshitting. Whole time Esau's scheming, man. Planning his next move, man. To fuck your whole life up. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. You all know who Satan has the advantage over? You see, 2/3 of our people, man, that's out here lost in the sauce. That's out here with no hedge, no protection, no conscience of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua within their minds. Just doing as they will, partying and bullshitting. No hedge of protection, man. No wisdom, no knowledge, no understanding of what time they're living in or how to move in this time, man. So they just gonna be, be caught up out here, man, assed out. No idea what's going on. Well, us in the know, we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Esau don't have that advantage over us. Esau is spiritual demon Satan's physical counterpart. That's his physical counterpart. How about Shimei outside allowed his left hand, to consult with Esau. That's how Esau has his wisdom and his knowledge, man, on how to, move in this time. And it all falls in order, aligned with prophecy, exactly, how Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, according to his word. Esau, consulting with, high-level entities with IQs of 1,000 or 2,000, if I'm not mistaken. Them is spirits, man. Them is demonic entities, man. And they're telling him, how to move, to shape the world into, man. You don't know that these same demons, they bow down to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. So Esau consulting with Satan one-on-one. The one-on-one, talks and shit. All to what, man? To no avail. Because you're only doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua either way, man. The knowledge in the MOTB, the knowledge on how to cut off, the soul, the spiritual connection from the Most High and the truth. Like Bill Gates, that meeting that he had in 2006 with the CIA, talking about the VMAT2 gene, ultimately, the pineal gland, or how to cut that off from minorities, so to speak. Or how to cut that off from the so-called religious fanatics, he says, man. You know what he said? He said that, that's, highly found amongst the blacks and the browns. The so-called minorities, he said. Which is true, man. The Israelites had the highest spiritual connection with the power on earth, man. The Israelites, man. Because why? Because we are the chosen people, and the Lord has chosen us. This is, bear with me. This is Amos chapter 3 and 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth, Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. You know? And the main point, pretty much, how Yahweh Shem outside, has only chosen his people. It's like, had the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are chosen people of Yahweh Shem outside. And so, of course, the Israelites gonna have a high level spiritual connection with the power, man. And Esau, has received understanding and knowledge on how to cut that off, man. Psalms 83, man. And what did this nigga Bill Gates said? He said, through juicy juices, man. Syrup, serum, Kool-Aid, where you people were, running, crazy, to and fro, rolling up your sleeves for it, man. Because you feared for losing your job, because you wanted to travel, because you want to go back to school. Don't you know that what's in that thing, severs you, your spiritual connection, man. He brought the information out. Hey, the information's out already, man. Look it up. VMAT2 gene, or the God gene. Esau, put the technology, and the chemicals and what's in these things, these juicy juices, what your people took, is full of graphene oxide, which if you put a magnet to it, I believe it's liquid metal, it reacts to certain frequencies, they did a test, if you put the that in like a tub of water and you put a certain frequency to it, it reacts like crazy. And not only that, and that's just one of the chemicals in it. That's just one of the things in it, man. We're talking about mixed monkey cells, pig cells, DNA altering, man. That's what this nigga told you, man. He did a whole a presentation about it, and previously to that presentation, he did a TED talk, a couple years back, describing it to you how to depopulate the earth through this very same thing that the people are taking, man. Once again, we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. And I don't know if that TED talk is still up, but come on, man. These devils, they put things in your face, man, so to speak. They put things in your face. They put things in your face before they, that's like their way, their left-hand way of prophesying unto you, man. Their left-hand priests. The elites have, see, the same way how Yahweh Shem outside on the right-hand side has his priests and his prophets. The left-hand side does it, does too. Through movies, predictive programming, world leaders, a lot of the times, through the entertainment, through movies and shit, music, and sometimes world leaders and shit too. But they tell you before they do it, that's predictive programming. Fast forward a couple years later online, 2023, here we are. Who would have never known, right? Fuck out of here, man. We ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. But majority of our people still caught up in the bullshit. Still lost in the sauce. On their way to Miami, be the biggest holes that they can be, and they're playing their lifetime. spring break and shit. Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.